Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Wish everyone a very happy new year and wish that everyone had an amazing celebration and hope that all of you have an amazing year ahead. This is the very first video that I'll be giving a voiceover to, so I'm just giving it a shot. The mandala that I am drawing today in this video is a themed mandala, and I'll be drawing. The theme that I've picked up is sunrise. Mandalas that I draw, they require a lot of precision, and I prefer doing a lot of intricate designs. So I did not use a pen in the first shot, just to be safe. I use a pencil to sketch out my basic details, my baselines, and my graph lines. I use all the tools from my geometry box to create that, to make sure that all my designs are in place, they are aligned, they're symmetrical, and they all align with each other. So I have used my compass, my scales to draw all our straight lines, my graph points, my points of alignment, and then I sketch it out with a pencil. And once I have drawn out my basic design, I start coloring it with my pen or start tracing it with my pen. The theme that I have already mentioned that I've picked for this video is sunrise, and the sun will be depicted in the colors of red and orange, and the sea that I have drawn will be depicted in variants of blue. I have already started drawing the sun over here, and I try to fill them out as heavily as possible. I usually prefer, when I'm drawing my mandalas, I prefer doing very intricate and very heavy designs. I prefer it that way. I don't prefer to keep my mandalas super light on the design because it looks kind of spacey and blank, and something that I don't prefer. One of my, you can call it a trademark, I guess, is to make them very heavily designed. I like to draw a lot of different sorts of petals to fill out my mandalas. As you can see, I have already drawn 3 different kind of petals over here. One, different variants of round petals and different variants of pointed petals. Not just petals, I also draw in a lot of different shapes, like triangles, squares, circles, to fill in the different spaces. And I just go with the flow. I just don't give it too much of a thought. I just think what's going to look best, what's going to fill up the space the best, and I just go ahead with it. Every shape that I draw, I just fill them in with more smaller shapes or smaller designs, so that everything is covered. If my shapes are too small to fill in, I usually color them out so that they don't look white and they are not spaced out. It's something that I don't prefer, and I fill them in with the color that I'm drawing the mandala with, or I fill them out with smaller designs. If you can see the very inner circle, the petals over there were too small for me to draw any design or fill them out with any other smaller design. So I have just colored them. I've just colored them solid so that it does not look spaced out. For the rays, I have been using an orange colored pen, and you can see I have, to give it more definition and more depth, I'm using a lot of different kinds of shapes, a lot of different kinds of designs actually. I don't like to repeat the same designs over and over again. It kind of makes the mandala look monotonous, and to make it a bit more unique, to give it a bit more depth, I just draw different sorts of patterns, and I don't repeat the patterns over and over again. Some of the patterns do get repeated, but then I try to repeat them after quite a while. Otherwise, it just, it doesn't create as much depth as I would like it to create. So I just create different sorts of designs, and when I run out of ideas, I just then start repeating the older designs that I've already drawn. Drawing mandala is actually very therapeutic for me. It kind of releases the stress and also, makes me more focused. After a long day of work, or just if I'm having a bad mood, drawing a mandala just gives me a lot of clarity, I guess. It just makes me feel rested and makes me feel a lot relaxed. So for me, it's kind of therapy, and it just sets the mood right. It does require a lot of hard work, and it does require some sort of thinking. Before I start, I always start with a basic idea of what I want to do. I usually think of a theme, not always though, but then sometimes I think of a theme. Just like I've selected a theme here of sunrise, I think of different themes to draw mandalas on. I always feel that without any basic idea, I'll just feel lost, and I won't know how to proceed. Maybe drawing the first circle and I'm just out of ideas, and then it'll be, kind of a mess. So I go in with some idea of what I want to draw and how do I want to progress, and then I start off drawing. And the very first step is to get my geometry right and get the alignment right, and selecting the center point, where do I want to start from, and how the mandala, how the alignment is going to be like. So thinking of all those first, and then going in with my sketches, and then jotting down the rest of the shapes. I've actually experimented with mandalas very few times. By that I mean I haven't drawn many mandalas with multiple colors. I've always made them, kind of monochrome. And over here I'm using multiple colors, but usually I just draw it in black ink. It's multiple colors is something that I've not experimented with a lot, and in my channel this is the first video that I'm posting of mandala which is drawn in multiple colors. I think it'll turn out good because I feel it'll give it a lot of layers, a lot of definition, and hence I'm trying it out. Although I can add a lot of definition even with one color, but I guess this would be a good experiment to try out. We are almost done with the sun, and yes, and we are starting with the sea. The sea, I've used like two variants of blue, darker blue and a lighter blue, just to give it, just to make it stand out, just to make the waves stand out. And here comes the geometry again. I don't like it if my mandala is not properly aligned or not properly spaced, and hence to make it very intricate, to make it very symmetric, I always rely on my geometry tools, scales, protractors, compasses. It's always there. I like it when everything is perfectly aligned and everything just sums up well. Otherwise, the mandalas are all about symmetry. Mandalas are all about precision and the intricate designs that they have. It's a feature, and I don't like it if they fall out of place or they are not aligned properly, or it just doesn't add up well. It doesn't look good. It doesn't have that feel anymore. No matter how much intricate designs you add, if it's not symmetric, then it doesn't give it that look that mandalas have. So I always believe that good mandalas are always aligned and perfect in symmetry, and that's what I believe in. And hence, all the mandalas I draw, I try to be super careful with the geometry, and hence I always sketch it out with a pencil so that everything just sums up well and aligns properly and matches up. That's what I have done here as well. took me around somewhere around 3.5 to 4 hours to complete this entire process. I obviously did not do it in one sitting, because it would have been very difficult for me to do that. I did it over 2 days, but I did it. The hours I took was like around 3 to 4 hours. It was a long process, and since I always design them very heavily, and I put a lot of minute details to it and a lot of intricate designs. It takes me a lot of time, and also to think of what design to put where and how is it going to add up with the design next to it. It just takes some time to think of it, think of the process as well, think of the designs as well. If the adjacent designs do not match, then it just takes the feel away from it. We're almost at the end. Since I'm not showing the entire video, it would have been like 3 to 4 hours long. So I've just increased the speed so that I can cover up the entire process over a short video. And we're almost done, filling in the last few details, covering it up, just adding in the final touches. And with that, we are almost at the end, just adding in the last few touches to it. Watch till the end, and if you like the video, do drop a comment, let us know how you liked it, and like our video, share it across, and subscribe to our channel. And with that, this is the completed drawing. Let us know how you liked it. Drop a like, subscribe to our channel, share it across with your friends and family, and show us some love. Thank you everybody for watching, and have an amazing day ahead.